Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. I'm currently on board a series set 41 and we are approaching Midland Station. I've traveled all the way from my house. So today I woke up at 5 a.m. to be able to get to Midland at 7 a.m. and you can see it's like 7:10 right now. It took a while, but I finally got here because today I'm going to the most eastern point that Transperth serves. Not the trains, not Midland, buses. Wundowie. All the way to Wundowie. And there's only like 3 buses a day that go up there. But 2 of them are in the late evening at a very bad time. Which I wouldn't be able to get back with. Which is why we are now at Midland at this early hour to first get a bus to Mundaring and see what it's like there, because I've never seen that either. And then take the 331 and the 331 is a route which one of the very few routes which does not pass through a transit station, not a bus or a train station, because it runs from Mundaring town center to Wundowie, the town. So we're gonna see what that route's like, and then on the way back we'll take the 328, which goes all the way to Midland from Wundowie, but that's at about 2 p.m. from Wundowie, so I'm gonna have to be there for about 5 hours, which is gonna be pretty boring, but hopefully I can survive it. So our 320 service to Mundaring is leaving in about 2 minutes. We're gonna take the full service. There's actually 2 stops in Mundaring. There's one in the town center, and then there's another one stop later, which is at the retirement home. And most of the 320s extend to there, so I'm gonna film the full journey to the retirement home. Even though the destination board on the bus still labels it as the town center. But yeah, it goes to the retirement home. And then the 331 will depart from the town center later. So you can see here the map, look at this. Midland's like off the map and we're going all the way along. You can see the routes to Wundowie. 331 does some extra loops, and here's the town center. You can see 331 is like orange on this map. It says other bus route, one that doesn't go here. Anyway, the 328's down there. TP 2494. We'll take that one. So funny to have a route that doesn't come to the train station. Also, here's the shortest route in Transperth, 1475 doing the 301, and then the 328 is actually it's actually the longest route by distance on Transperth, except for the circle route, but that doesn't, if you don't count that because it's a random loop, it's the actual longest route by distance, going furthest away from its starting point. And so Midland is home to the longest and the shortest routes of Transperth. Anyway, here's our 320 service. Let's get on board and time-lapse all the way to Mundaring retirement home. TP 2494, right over there, at the Fenton Street terminus in Mundaring. I don't really understand this, like, why does the bus terminate here instead of just at the normal stop just down there? It's very close distance between the two stops. Maybe it's so it doesn't block that stop because it's more of a major transfer point, but still, like, it has to wait about 10 minutes there. But I don't think there's gonna be any other routes coming through, so I really don't understand just to serve this extra stop. And of course, like usual, when I'm going to such awkward places, the driver already asked me, do you know where you're going? You know the next stop is the last stop? I'm like, yes, I know. I'm just going here to film the whole journey. I mean, I didn't say that, but that's what I'm doing. Now I finished filming the entire 320, although these routes are so overcomplicated. Sometimes they extend to way further places than where their usual terminus is. There's quite a few routes that come up here: the 320, 321, 322, 328 and 331. And then there was also, before the airport line opened, there was another route which did not go to a transit station, which was the 330, once a day from Mundaring, stop right here, to Sawyer's Valley, which is actually just about 5-minute drive down the main road really, but it took a long path around in a big U shape, like up and back down, to terminate at Sawyer's Valley in the late evening, I think it was. It was just basically an extension for people coming from Midland, home from wherever they were. They get off here in the Mundaring transfer stop right there and then take the 330. However, that was withdrawn when the airport line opened, when they shuffled a few things around and made it so different route serves that where that route was going anyway. But yeah, this 320, sometimes it terminates at the transfer stop, sometimes it terminates up there, sometimes it terminates in Sawyer's Valley, so it's very random. And the 328, also all different. It's actually scheduled only to go up to Chidlow, but then there's an extension of the route to Wallaroo, or an extension of the route all the way to Wundowie, the actual most eastern point. So I'll link the timetable in the description because it's so complicated. And they serve so many little areas. There's so many small towns and suburbs along the way to serve. It's really pretty crazy. But we are gonna now head over into that Dome Cafe over there while we wait for the 331 service. You know, my usual, I like going to Dome. So I think there's one right here. Hopefully it's open. I haven't even checked, but it should be. It's early morning. There's another bus stop right here, just around the corner from the transfer stop. This transfer stop basically, like, for something to count as a transfer point, it's basically like it needs at least 3 routes going there. I mean, this is just my criteria, but I'm just saying, like, from what I've observed, like, because they used to call Ellenbrook shopping center and Alexander Hyde shopping center and Scarborough before it was a bus station, and they were all used to be called these transfer points. So I think in these 3 routes, with at least a few terminating, and it needs services to a variety of areas. So those 4 places I just listed definitely fit that criteria. Anyway, here's the Dome, Mundaring Dome. I've never actually been to Mundaring, the town itself, ever in my life, which is pretty crazy because it's not really that far, only 15 kilometers from Midland. So I have to wait here for half an hour now, which is nice, and go inside and get something mighty. Well, unfortunately I almost forgot to film it, but I got myself a nice coffee to wake me up for the 5-hour wait later, and this tart thing, which I already ate a bit of, but yeah, just something to wait the half an hour here. And I'll get some water as well. I'm not gonna film me eating though, that's weird. Like, I don't feel comfortable doing that, but here it is. Okay, I already got out now. I waited a bit less than half an hour because I actually want to get to the stop before the bus arrives. You can see all this complication here. Look at that sign, Sawyer's Valley, Mundaring, Midland. And there's 1475, the one we saw doing 301 before Midland, now all the way up here, probably going over to Sawyer's Valley, not in service, to do another peak hour service back. Some even terminate in like some I forgot what it's called. Something starting with M. I don't know. Something Creek. I forgot exactly what it is because it's pretty complicated. But or like Glen Forest, or there's just so many different variations of these routes. It's insane. I can't remember all this. But anyway, here's bus stop number 15058. Zone 4 this is, by the way, which doesn't seem that far when you think about north-south suburbs. Zone 4 is like nothing. It's like where I live almost. But east-west, well, you can't even get 4 in the west, but east, it is actually pretty far. Wundowie is only zone 6, which is the same as Yanchi, but it's still like 5 Midland line lengths from the city. So it is pretty far. So yeah, we're just gonna walk around the corner. The bus is gonna pass that stop later anyway. But I'm just gonna go over here. You can see Yalambi Retirement Village. That's where the 320 goes. But I just realized only the 320 I was on went there. All the other 320s, at least the next like 5, terminate here. 320 is pretty frequent, but yeah, they terminate here, even though that's literally like 200 meters. I don't know why. But that's because these 320s actually continue as other routes, or go to a different place to go back, or go not in service and come into the Mundaring bus depot, because there's actually a bus depot here. So yeah, I don't know why they call this the town center. It's really not. It's just a random street. The town center is more up there near the dome and the coals and stuff, but still. Let's just take a quick look at this bus stop. So the 320 is going to come in right now, terminate, and then become the 331 to Wundowie. So it probably says continues as route 331 on it anyway, which means it's basically just like a 328 Midland to Wundowie. Oh no, Magpies. It's basically like a 328 Midland to Wundowie, but it's a bit different because the 320 and 331 routes are both more complicated, longer than the 328. Anyway, I'm just scared because that magpie is making threatening sounds, and you know how I don't like that. See, hear that? But like, it's January, so it really shouldn't happen. Although about 3 weeks ago I still got swooped, so I'm not taking it out of consideration. There's the bus stop. So quite a few routes listed on it, even though 330 is not on there anymore. Neither is 322. Actually, I don't, maybe 322 used to come here, but now it mostly terminates in Glen Forest with some crazy deviation there as well. But sometimes it continues to the Creek place, and sometimes it continues through Mundaring as well, I think. So you can see here's the transfer stop. That's the timetable. Weekdays about half hourly. Sundays absolutely trash. Worse than once an hour, and you can see all these deviations: A, C, D, G, H, J, K, L, M, N, P, R, T, U, V. V, the very last one, is to Wundowie, and U is to Mundaring, just up there. So you can take 320 to Mundaring, one stop, like we did before, 320 to Midland, because when it returns from Midland, it actually goes around, then comes back here, and then goes back there, just to serve this stop. 321 is an extension to the primary school and Christian college. You can see extends. And then 331 to Wundowie, the one we're going to take right now. And then there's also 331 to Sacred Heart Primary School at some point in the day. So you can see basically all the routes have a letter. Yeah, all the routes have a letter. That's crazy. And we're taking the 331N. What's the J? Oh, that's school days only 321 now. 331 at 827. That's the one we'll take. So yeah, there's a time stop 15056. It's meant to be like this transfer point and where buses wait, but it's really not. Fenton Streets for the 320, just one stop. Then that's the 320 in towards Midland, 321 to the primary school, and then the very long 331 all the way to Wundowie, taking almost an hour, which I'll film the whole way, and then one more stop if you take it to the school on school days. So yeah, we're just gonna wait for 320 to come in. I'll film it, and then that'll switch to a 331, and we'll take the full journey from here to Wundowie via a lot of other places I've never been to before along the way. Chidlow, Wallaroo, what else is there? Parkerville, Stoneville. Aha, there's their bus. Seems to have a white LED as well, that's nice. Anyway, let's get on board. Pretty dirty stop though. TP 2567 has arrived in Wundowie. It's just sitting over there right now. Apparently it's meant to like reverse into the bus stop, because you can see the bus stop behind it. Apparently it's like the only place on the Transperth network where a bus has to reverse during the journey. But some drivers decide not to and just turn there and stop in that sand. It's so weird having this 12-meter bus just stopped in the sand there. So some of them do reverse, some of them don't. This one didn't. Anyway, on school holidays, there's pretty much there's 3 services to Wundowie and 4 out of Wundowie. There's 2 328s in the morning to get commuters or anyone going to the city out, and then there's 1 331 out, which is right now, this one on the return journey, and then another 328 at 2:13 p.m., which is the one I'll take out. And then there's also, with the 3 coming in, there's just this 1 331 in the morning, which I just arrived on, and then 2 328s to get the commuters back in the evening at 5 and 6 p.m. So the 331 is a longer route, but absolutely no one used it the whole journey. I was the only person to use it, and obviously I don't count as a valid passenger because I'm doing this for fun, so there's no point to that route. Like, there's such rural areas, and it goes on like 100km/h roads in some sections. It's so shaky. Can't believe how crazy it is. And also I remember once they were actually doing some road works on some of the 100km/h sections, and the road is actually dirt. Like, if you look on Google Maps along the route up here from Wallaroo to Wundowie, there's actually a dirt section which used to exist while they were doing road works, but like taking the asphalt out and putting new one in, now it doesn't exist anymore. But I always thought that was the only routes that went on dirt during the journey, because on the street view it looks like that because it was taken during the road work, so it actually doesn't now. But of course there is that little patch of dirt right there at the end. So now the time is 9:20 a.m. and guess when my 328 leaves? As I said, 2:13 p.m. which is so long. So now I basically have 4 hours and 53 minutes in Wundowie from now until my 328 leaves. I could just take the same one back, but first of all the driver would say, what am I doing here and back? And also, I don't want to just go straight back. I want to look at this place, the easternmost town Transperth serves. I want to take a look around. We're actually, since I have so much time, going to look at every single bus stop in the town. It's crazy how it goes in specific streets right at the end of the route after taking such a long journey, like it would be some sort of town bus service, even though there's really no point of it doing that. So as I said, again, no one used it, so that's how crazy this route is. And 328 is also a different route, which goes all the way to Midland. It takes different roads a bit, so I'll be able to film different streets on the way back. But for now I'll have to chill in the library and the shop and stuff, and I'll also have to put some sunscreen on right now. Then we'll go walk around to all the stops in the town, and then also walk to the actual easternmost bus stop, which is a little bit more east of the town because it has to go more east and then come back to the town. And unfortunately it's on the 100km/h road, which is very it's right at the end of it, and there's barely any cars on it, but still. And I've actually got some paper and stuff, so we're gonna do a little funny thing at the actual most eastern bus stop. You'll see some bus stops right there as well for the 331. I want to film it leaving now, and then we'll take a look around after I put my sunscreen on. I have so much time anyway. Shane, there's not even like anything here, not a cafe, not even a big shop, just some shack IGA. Viewed from red sand at Wundowie Primary School, which is just opened up here. I don't think there's a high school. Yeah, so hopefully the route's used more when it's school time, because I have to get to high school. But that's 2567 at Wundowie bus terminus. Exiting, didn't reverse, just waited at that pole. Heading back to Mundaring on a 331, empty, probably no one's going to use it all the way. And there goes the last service I could have caught. I mean, it's the same bus as before. Driver sticking his hand out the window. The last service I could have caught, and then now I have to wait 5 hours once that leaves. I mean, I could run to then stop. I could still catch it once it goes, because it goes around Wundowie, but I don't want to. It'll just be weird and I need to look around. So there goes my bus. Now I can't get back for 5 hours unless I get Uber or TransWA or something. Off it goes. And he went around the bend. I mean, we could probably see it once more if we run down there. Let's do it. Wait, I think I just heard its handbrake. I think it actually picked someone up at a bus stop over there. Yeah, I hear it behind the library. I think it stopped. It actually has a passenger on the way back. Amazing. Unless it stopped for no reason. Like before, the driver got a phone call halfway through the ride and he's probably like, damn, why is there a passenger today? Now I can't answer my call. Yeah, I hear there it is. Yeah, there is a passenger. Whoa, hold up. 4 passengers. Oh, wow, okay. The outbound trip is worthless, but the inbound trip, that's useful. If there's 4 passengers from Wundowie, imagine another 3 in Wallaroo, 5 in Chidlow, 4 in Stoneville. By the time you get to Mundaring, it could be a full bus. Now that's very unrealistic, but it could. So there goes, there's 331 now. Leaving much fuller on the way back. I can't imagine that on the 100km/h roads. A much fuller bus. It shakes so much on them, you know. And off it goes, up the hill and turning right. I'm in the sun, I should get out of it, but sorry about the zoom, I know it's trash, but there's the bus leaving right and gone. We'll see it once more actually over there. Oh, the sun, I need to get out before it completely burns me. I need to put a lot of sunscreen on right now. Well, I just caught a glimpse of it in the distance, but you probably, yeah, see it in the trees. You probably didn't see. It's gone now. Now no Transperth services here until 2 p.m. And then that's actually the last outbound trip, inbound trip at 2 p.m. The other 2, they come in the evening. They just run not in service back to Mundaring depot. Quite a long way, but I think they go on the Great Eastern Highway, so they can get there in about 20 minutes probably, if not less. So yeah, can't get back with those ones in the evening. They're purely for people living here. Unless you somehow make friends with the driver and he lets you on the not in service bus. Anyway, I'll keep you posted with some more updates, but first we're gonna wait 20 minutes and get some sunscreen on. Okay, I fully slobbered myself in sunscreen now, like so much, because the sun seems so strong. You know, we're gonna break a few rules because, first of all, it says you're not meant to go out in the midday sun, even if you do have sunscreen, but whatever, I'm still gonna do that. Also, I forgot my sunglasses at home, which isn't very good for my eyes, but oh well, it's an exception. I rarely go out in this heat anyway, and the UV. So yeah, we're just gonna wait for 20 minutes though. We are gonna follow that rule. It's nearly been an hour since I arrived already, which is crazy. That went so fast. So 5 hours won't be too hard, just another 4 times this much. In a moment, once the 20 minutes passes, I'm gonna walk down there and go to the most eastern bus stop, like the actual one on the network. So yep, I'm just sitting in this shed next to this barbecue. Wundowie is so dead, I don't understand. I've seen no one. I've just seen the few cars driving around, the 4 people that went on the bus, and a gardener outside the library. Otherwise, I haven't seen anyone else. There's no one at the playground, no one in the oval, no one at the skate park, no one at the pool, no one at the library, no one is anywhere. No one at the shop even. I didn't see anyone. It's so dead here. Just look at this, completely empty. There's just no one here. I mean, I guess in the sun you wouldn't be out here, but it's just unbelievable how crazy and quiet it is here. Here we go, I've brought my gear out now. I can talk as loud as I want, there's no one around. So I have sticky tape, scissors, sorry that's my brother's name, a pen from my dad's workplace, yeah, just and some crumpled up paper from my bag. I think you know what I'm gonna do now, right? Just a second. Here we go. This is the most eastern bus stop served by Transperth. Transport of Perth was here on the 10th of January 2023. Check it out on YouTube. So I wrote this little message in this little square of the paper. Now I'm going to cut it out with my scissors, and then we're going to stick it on the bus stop with the sticky tape. and see how long. I mean, I'm probably not gonna come back here, but see how long it'll last there, because I bet you no one uses that bus stop. No one will notice it because they drive past at 100 kilometers an hour. Please don't penalize me for this if anyone's watching this. It's not vandalism of a bus stop. Maybe if it was in the city, it would be, but it's just a little piece of paper to commemorate what the bus stop is, and no one's even gonna see it anyway. So it doesn't really matter unless there's other people who are willing to go to the most eastern stops. So this is a nice little message on there, just like those people who leave sticky notes on the trains to give you a nice message in your day. So it's not that bad if I just stick this on. I'll put it on with full sticky tape all across, clear sticky tape, so that the rain doesn't destroy it. And maybe I'll come back here later. I really don't know how long it would last. I wonder if the stop's ever used. Especially since there's basically no houses there and no one would really get on. So no one would wait there, so they wouldn't really notice it. Like, people might get off, but no one would get on because it's just a short trip. Like, it's just around the corner, and there's just a short trip along there and over there. So yeah, it's definitely been a full 20 minutes now since I applied the sunscreen. So we're heading out. It's so hot that you can feel the sun burning. Oh look, here's an entire sign about Wundowie. We might as well read it. Wundowie is located 65 kilometers northeast of Perth on the Great Eastern Highway and 3 kilometers along Hawke Avenue. The nearest major centre is Northam, 34 kilometers to the east. Prior to the town being built and industry developed, sleeper cutting was the main income earner, with cutters and families living in temporary tent dwellings in the bush. This was followed by early vineyards being cultivated. In 1942, the government decided to build a charcoal, iron and steel works, incorporating a timber mill to produce pig iron for the world market. There was a small iron mine in Wundowie, which was worked for some years, but the bulk of iron ore was sent from Kulianobig by rail. Houses were built by the State Housing Commission and the first allocated in 1948. The school was built in 1950. Prior to this, schooling was provided at Wundowie Hall. One of the oldest farms in the area is Wundowie Springs Farm, which has been a permanent spring and creek and is still being farmed. The majority of homes in Wundowie are now privately owned. At its peak, Wundowie had a population of around 1,300, with at least 400 employed at Wundowie Iron and Steel Works. During its decline with the closing of the timber mill and the downturn on the world market for pig iron in the late 70s, the population dropped around 700. Today, the population is more stable, with many workers commuting to their employment. And you have the whole map here. You can see the scale, the legend of all the little towns. I mean, not all the little facilities. And the roads up here. We are right here. There's this big open area, and then that's the town center. A few circles around there, and then up there, and then that's it. It's just this like little square area, and all the other directions is just bush. I just realized I should put sunscreen on my ears. Sorry. We'll just take a look where the bus route goes. So it actually comes up here. There's the easternmost bus stop, and there's a bus stop right here, so just slightly more east of these ones. Then it turns up again, goes past here, then turns here, goes through the town center, turns up here, and then goes down here, and then turns back this way, and then goes down here and terminates right there. So yeah, just gonna put sunscreen on my ears, and we'll keep walking down. Okay, that's all done now. You can see all the things on there. It's actually ambulance and fire here. And police, I think, somewhere, so good that it's got everything, all services if needed. Now here's another road. School's up that way, but the bus stop's down this way. There's no path here, but whatever. It's scarcely traveled on anyway, only if you're coming to the town pretty much. So yeah, that was a bit of history there on that sign. This video might stretch pretty long, but it's okay. This is a major trip which pretty much will only be undertaken once by most transport enthusiasts. Most of you probably haven't been here. It's always been on my list. I originally made a video a while ago, Transperth Extremities. The north point is Two Rocks, which is not that hard to access. Sometimes we just go there like for fun, for leisure during a random day. North point at Two Rocks Primary School, And in Turks is also the west point, the shopping center, because the coast curves to the west, so that's the most western point. The most southern point is obviously at Dawesville or Bouvard with the extensions of the route. I also filmed that when we were traveling down to Bunbury by car on holiday. We just stopped by there and I filmed that in the video. And then I said I will not film the eastern point because it's too far away, but here we are. A whole video dedicated to the eastern point because it's so far away and inaccessible, but I still had to go see it. So here's one pair of bus stops. I really don't know what this serves. Look at this, just some red sand road and some, what is it, the steel works it was talking about. Just two bus stops, 15241 on that side and 15239 on this side. Zone 6, they look pretty new actually. There's some horse poo on the ground. And there's gum on it, looks like there was someone there. So these are just marginally, slightly, but just by a few meters. That one is just probably by like 2 meters further west than the easternmost one, even though it really feels like it's not like that because the road curves right now and then the bus stop's there, but still, I don't know how it works, but if you look on the map, you'll see that it's actually the one right here to the east to the right that's more east. And someone actually left a review on Google Maps on that bus stop. Just one review saying easternmost point of Transperth. You guys, everyone watching this video, I encourage you to click on that bus stop and all write easternmost point visited by top just write top so they don't know exactly what it is, but top on 10th of January 2023. So there's like 100 reviews on there about that. That'd be so funny, about a random bus stop. Do something on Google Maps of our own. That'd be very cool. Anyway, people must think I'm crazy when they see me here, just walking away. But look at this. Here is the kept track actually. And this track, this is a walking trail which runs all the way from Northern, where I was in the middle of year school holidays, by TransW. I made a video on that. I don't think I filmed Northern itself, but this track runs all the way from Northern to Mundaring or Perth actually. So this is a long walking trail you can take. Northern is not that far from here, 30 kilometers, and you'd already be there. You can see Baker's Hill 7.5, Clack Lynn 15, Northern 35 kilometers. Just a walking trail you can take. Imagine walking all the way there and then taking the train back. No way. So I was actually on this trail in Northern for a small section, and now I'm on it in Wundowie. And also here, Wallaroo 9 kilometers, Chidlow 23 kilometers to Chidlow, 24. Wow, I didn't really feel that far on the bus. Mount Helena 30, Sawyers Valley 33, Mundaring 37 kilometers, and Mundaring Weir 45 kilometers. We traveled over 37 kilometers on that bus. That just feels so unreal. Anyway, this is the edge of the town side now. Speed limit on this road becomes 80 as you head down towards the Great Eastern Highway. Or you can turn right. I don't understand this though. Look at this. This road, much bigger and dedicated to get to the highway, 80. And then if you turn right, good walking spot here on the kept track though. If you turn right, there's a much smaller road, but this one has 100 speed limit. Yeah, it's so weird. Once you get to rural WA, then all like the narrowest, most dangerous roads have 100 or 110 kilometer an hour speed limits just to get you around fast, which seems pretty unsafe, but that's just how it is. Okay, so the bus stop is actually accessible on this kept track. That's good. I thought it was just on the side of the road, but nah, it is an actual walking trail which I can use. You don't understand how hot it is right now though. I think it's only meant to be like 30. Imagine if it was 40. But maybe it's hotter here in the east, I'm not exactly sure. Anyway, you see the 100 speed limit sign here? You probably saw it during the Time-lapse 2 on our 331. Sorry, I'm making this pretty long, but that's okay. There it is, 100 kilometers an hour. Wirrabee Road. And it tells you to give way here. So, don't right at the start of the road, so there wouldn't be at that speed. But yeah, the bus stops are right here. Look at this. This is weird. Just right here. Wait, where does the track go now? On the side of the road? No idea. Anyway, this is it. 15233. That's the most eastern bus stop in Perth. We'll just check out the one on the other side of the road, which seems to be facing perpendicular to the road. That's funny. Crossing 100km/h road. You did this so rarely. Really don't know what this serves. There's no entrance to anything here. Completely pointless. 15234. Just a stick like this. You think anyone's ever even got on here? Highly unlikely. Anyway, let's go back to this stop now. See how no one's using this road. And stick my little sign on it. See how long it'll last. And probably stick it in the corner so that bus drivers don't report it. It's not too big. We'll just can stick it there, or we can stick it there. Oh, we can stick it there. It's okay. Maybe on the back. Yeah, I'll stick it on the back so the drivers approaching and stopping don't directly see it if someone actually stops here. Let me just get my tape out. Here we go. I stuck it to the pole now, right on the bottom. It's not very noticeable by drivers, but a pedestrian would see it, or an enthusiast come and check it out. If you guys come check this stop out, we should make this a trend on the channel. Anyone interested, you don't have to stay here for 5 hours. You can just come in, get off here instead of the town center, and then wait 15 minutes and cross the road and take the same bus back. It's a bit weird, but you can just tell the truth of what you're doing. So if anyone's willing to, come here, take a selfie with this sticker that I put on, and we'll see how long it lasts. I'm gonna make sure to fully cover it in tape so rain doesn't destroy it. So I'll just do that now. Here we go, finished. Fully covered in tape. Hang on, I'll just make sure the focus is on it. Fully covered in tape. It just about fit on. I was a bit overestimated the size of the stop, but it's okay. It fits on the side too, you can still read it. And we'll see how long this lasts. So if anyone's coming to visit here, make sure you come to this bus stop, take a selfie with it, post it to Discord or Instagram or whatever, and just tag like hashtag tops note at Eastern bus stop or something. I don't really know how that works, but I'm inexperienced with social media usage, but you just do something like that. It'll be very funny to see how long this can last here. I really hope some bus driver doesn't report it as vandalism and someone comes to take it down, but there's seriously no cameras around here, and bus drivers wouldn't see it driving in this direction. In that direction it'll be too small to see, so no one's going to be waiting at this stop to just go to Wundowie, so it probably won't be taken down, and it'll just stay here for years maybe if the rain doesn't destroy it. Hopefully the sticky tape was good enough. Maybe I should just put some vertically as well to avoid any rain seeping in, and then that'll be good, and it'll be like a historic landmark here placed by Transport of Perth at this very interesting bus stop. There we go, it's actually fully covered with sticky tape now, so there's a very low chance that it would be succumbed by rain. Maybe it'll melt on this hot pole, it's really hot. But yeah, you can see it there. Cool. Let's take a picture of what I've done, and then we'll head back into the town. Okay, now we're just going to walk the whole length of the bus route through Wundowie now. So after it comes off that street up there, these are the next pair of stops it serves. 15244 and 15245 on each side of the road. Nothing special, just two poles on the side. So I really don't understand this. Like, why does the bus have to turn on specific little streets in this little town after traveling for 50 kilometers or even 60 from Midland? Then it just travels these extra 100 meters to get closer to the houses, even though really the only purpose is to get it to the town anyway. The houses stretch all the way up there, so this walking distance is completely fine from here. Better than my suburb, which is in the metropolitan area. Anyway, I'm just gonna walk the route now. It's so weird because the bus turns right here on the next road, but you see that roundabout in the distance. The bus also goes to that roundabout afterwards, so random. Also here there's a sign in the logs which says Wundowie. I should take a selfie with that. Proof that I even came here in the first place. Like, and it's not just a random voiceover with a random guy walking around. See here? Wundowie. Sorry, that's flies. Let's take a selfie with this. Well, I have to do it on the other side of the road to even get it into the frame, but here we go. Wundowie in the background, me in the corner. Hello. And here we are, proof that I was here. Anyway, it's so hot. And yeah, I just took my cap off with this, but okay, we're gonna keep walking the bus route now. Okay, here we go. So after this is Banksy Avenue here, after you traverse it down to this point, you can see the roundabout right there. It's so close, but then you have to turn right here into Boronia Avenue. This is basically the Wundowie town center. Basically everything is here. Health center, just this yellow building here. The library is right there, and public toilets as well. That little building there, I'll chill in there later. The library only opens on Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays, so I only had a choice of either Tuesday or Thursday to come here. Specifically came on Tuesday so that I can go in the library later and not have to spend all my time in the heat. Anyway, here there's another, I don't know what this is. Oh, it's like a furniture store in there. See, they have everything. And this is gardening shop. So much weird stuff. It's basically your like Bunnings of Wundowie, just a shack. It's not a Bunnings, but like similar. And then there's a bottle shop and an IGA Express. This is the only shop in Wundowie. If you want anything else, you have to go somewhere else. And there's a post office. Oh wow, the shop opens at 8 AM on Sunday, while in the metropolitan area it's at 11. Earlier than in metropolitan area. And there's an ATM there. Now at this point, this road just curves back down because it's all just circles really. But the bus turns right onto Zamia Terrace and heads up here. So here's the next pair of bus stops. The closest ones to the town center, in fact. On that side is just a pole, 15248. But on this side it's an actual like small information pole which actually lists the routes and has a shelter. Very nice, because this is the town center stop. This is probably where the 4 people got on before. I mean, I get that it turns in here to try and serve this, but it's really not that far from the road. So here we go. 328 just says to Midland, but 331 says to Craig Street, Nicol Street, Mundaring via Weirberry Road, even though they both go via Weirberry Road, but still. And this has been here since the 4th of September 2016. 15249. And a nice little shack for the shelter, where I can wait now for 3 hours and 20 minutes until the bus comes. Well, obviously I'm not doing that. We're gonna keep walking around and take a look. Now, after serving the town center, the bus turns left again to head towards its terminus here on Hovea Crescent. Most of these are little circular crescents. You can see all the electricity wires are above the road. It's an old town, you know. There's a little bin there, and there's a steep hill up to the top, and the end of the town's right there. It's so weird that Transperth serves here, but then there's lots of other places which it doesn't. Like, I mean, in the metropolitan area there's places where it doesn't, but like, now Gilderton, that's further than this. I don't know, it's just, it seems weird that there's so many routes in the east here, but not in many other places. And that it's serving these specific streets, as I said before. So, keep walking this path now. Lots of red sand here, we can see all the houses. It's obviously a very abnormal video. We're not really looking at transport, just looking at bus stops and the roads and the houses, but these bus stops are likely to stay for years unless they realize that it's pointless to have this route, but then you would disconnect all these residents from the network, so they probably won't remove it anytime soon. So it's basically just gonna stay here all the time. These bus stops will never need to be changed. Although last time they did remove the 330 route, so maybe they'll change something with the 331 once a day. Anyway, here's the next pair of bus stops. The one on the other side of the road, very nice, under the tree. 15247, right there. And 15246 on this side. it's weird because on most roads it's actually numbered that all the stops on one side are chronological and then it goes back on the other side, but here each pair of stops is chronological. So yeah, this is the furthest north maybe the furthest north that you get in the town center with the bus. And this little street, what is that house? Looks so run down. Anyway, now we go around the bend here. I'll just time lapse this little bit. Here we go. There's a giveaway sign here for Banksy Avenue, and you come back out here, and now the bus turns left again, although it's missing one of the little signs to tell it to. Heading back towards the town center again, which is right there. See what a weird loop it does? Sorry. And there's a random bench and a bin here. Like there was some stop here before, maybe. I'm not sure why this is here. And then you come to Boronia Avenue. So back at this roundabout you can see where we were walking just before, on the road down there, and right there where the post office is, just through there. So yeah, very weird loop. Now it turns right again, one more stop and then it's the terminus. I already showed you this in the bus time lapse itself before, but we're just walking it to see all the stops, which we already did mostly. There's two little tennis courts here, but there's no nets. Why would you build this if you're not gonna have nets to play? So hot and tiring. Hope the library's cool. And my food's probably all melted as well. Anyway, here's the school zone. Oh, a bird, that scared me. For the primary school, which is just opened up for some reason. This is the last pair of bus stops before the terminus. 15242 on this side, just a pole under the tree again, and 15243 on the other side, with a nice like house-shaped shelter. That's pretty cool. With a long bench all the way around. Although this doesn't make sense. Why is there a shelter here? You can only go one stop to the terminus. The shelter should be on that side. Imagine waiting here for a bus which comes like 4 times a day to get one stop to the terminus. That's so weird. Some stuff just really doesn't make sense on Transperth. And here's where we were almost 2 hours ago now, 1 hour 45 minutes, when we arrived with the 331. Originally, this town's not really what I expected. It's a bit more dull, I'd say. Like all the trees seem grey and dead, and the grass is pretty dry as well, and there's no one around. But yeah, it's just because of the heat. Anyway, well, let's take a better look at the terminus now, and then that's supposedly where buses are meant to reverse. I'll link you to a video in the corner which actually showed them reversing, but I don't think most of them do, because yeah, it's just silly when you can just wait in front of it anyway. I wonder which bus will come pick us up later. We just had Optimuses up here at the moment, but we could get a future bus. Imagine a gas bus or an NH bus up here. That'd be crazy. Probably happened in the past, but not now. Yeah, so here's the primary school. Don't know why the gates just opened. You can basically use it as a recreational area in the school holidays. And there's a red stand car park here. And then the sign for the bus to turn left. And then just the terminus stop. I don't know why it's here. There's all those loops, roads, and magpie in the town center over there, which they could have utilized for the bus to do a U-turn, but instead it just comes here and has to do a weird turn on the sand. So yeah, seems pretty redundant how they organized it like that. Don't know what this shack is full of old cars. Hope I don't get swooped. Anyway, this is the terminus. We're back here now. Did a big loop round. I don't know why this walk feels so short, even though it's actually a really long distance that I walked. 328 and 331. This one looks like a more sparkling new pole. Bus was just parked here before. And there's a yellow bin here. And just a random pole. If the bus driver was actually going to stop at the pole, he'd have to come here, turn around, then reverse back into it. So this one is actually placed here on the 30th of December 2022. What? That was like 2 weeks ago. How can they replace this 2 weeks ago? What was there to change? Maybe add the QR code probably, but that's crazy. Brand new pole here, that's why it's so sparkling. 328, 331, Midland and Mundaring. Time stop 15240. Nice. Brand new pole. And that's it now. Just on the street. We'll come back here in 3 hours time when our bus leaves. At the moment it's 11 a.m. Bus leaves at 2 p.m. so yeah. Oh look, there's a cool sign here showing all the different places. Woolaroo 8 kilometers, Golf Club 3 kilometers, Perth 55 kilometers, Antarctica 4,160 kilometers, South Africa 8,716 kilometers, Darwin 2,606 kilometers, public toilet 345 meters. What's that random stuff? IGA 371 meters. 2DA 25 kilometers, Bakers Hill 7, York 40, Northern 30, Melbourne 2,684, 2684 user, one of your favorite number. Adelaide 2,089, Sydney 3,247, Alice Springs 1,938. What's that one at the top? I'm not sure. Chile 10,229. Cape York 3,564. Don't know why it chose so many random places to put on there, but yeah, you can see from this pole that's how far away all the stuff is, and north is actually exactly up that way. Okay, now I really stretched this video for a while. I probably won't give you any updates for a while. I'm gonna head to the library now and eat my food, which is hopefully not fully melted yet. But just before I do so, I think this here is the only restaurant of sorts in Wundowie. Although look at this sign, fish and chips, hot foods. Seems so gross. Look at that. Ugh. I would not want to eat in there. And then here's the Wundowie swimming pool with this big car park. Again, it has so many reviews on Google, like, wow, it's such a nice place. And it's absolutely empty, isolated. It's just a basic pool that you'd have at like your house. Nothing more outside in the hot sun. Unbelievable. There's probably no one here for you to pay. Maybe is it free? I don't know. But yeah, there's just a random pool here, empty as well. Imagine I could go swimming in there right now. Oh my god, so crazy. Okay, it's been an hour and a half now since my last clip. I was just chilling in the library until it closed for the lunch break, then went into IGA and debated in my head about stevia in a 400 milliliter drink. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Some really degraded swing there. And here, I've gone further up in the suburb. There seems to be some sort of old bus shelter here as well. Not sure if maybe a bus went here once. Don't know. There's a nice little shelter here as well. I just bought myself a big 1.5 liter cold water from the fridge. It felt so nice. I ran out and I was so thirsty. There was water in the library, but it was stale, probably sitting there for years, to be honest. And I drank it and it's like so gross. So I had to go get a better one. It didn't taste like it's full of contaminants. Anyway, I'm just gonna go for a little walk now up through the bush, and where there's a little creek apparently, although it's probably all dried out in the summer, at the northern end of the town. It's 12:30 right now, very hot midday with the sun, but my sunscreen is still holding from when I applied it at 9:40. Speeding cars here. So there's still an hour and 40 minutes till the bus. So I'll go for a bit of an hour bushwalk, come back for the last 30 minutes and view the bus arriving in. So see you then. Just in the midst of my walk right now, in the bushes, far away. I feel like no one ever walks here. I see no footsteps, and it's not really a marked trail. It's just this random cutting through the bushes around the supposed creek, which doesn't exist, for a few kilometers, and then walk back down the road. So it's now exactly 1 o'clock. There's an hour and 13 minutes left till the bus leaves. Not long anymore. I'm like 4/5 of the way through already. That's nice. Found some scary skull while walking here. Look at this. I don't know what this is, but it looks like some... I don't know. It's so big. I have no idea what this is. But just take a picture. Pretty scary to find this while walking along in the bushes here. If anyone knows what animal that is, please tell me. One of the roads out to the north of the town site, it comes as asphalt all the way up to here, then just becomes this red sand at this point, and just end of the sealed road. Yeah. So I'm just gonna walk down the road now back to the town site, and then that will have been an hour of walking. A lot of rubbish dumping seems to happen here too. Another unmarked trail down that way. That one leads to the Wundowie Golf Club. But anyway, look, we're on this road now, and you can see a nice view up from this hill all the way down. The Wundowie town site is just about here though, but you can see the view out to there, just in the hills. This is such a crazy area. For about, what, 150 kilometers, if not 200, from the Perth metropolitan area, it's just this bushy hill area, or maybe it's even more, I don't know. But then all of a sudden it becomes a desert, of course. Actually, it's probably more. Otherwise I would have seen the desert in my lifetime, but like the classic Australian outback you'd see in the TV, I don't know at which point it becomes like that. Maybe 1,000 kilometers, I don't know. But this area is so special, just so many little towns in the hills like this. Imagine if buses served all the towns. I mean, probably most of them are served by Trans-WA coaches. Imagine Transperth buses. It's just pretty weird seeing them out here. Anyway, I'm just gonna walk to the bottom of this road now. I was hoping to get a good view of the Wundowie itself from here, but unfortunately, in the bush and on the road, the trees block the way, so you can't see it properly. It would have been cool to get an aerial shot, but that's okay. We'll continue down the hill now. There is exactly an hour till my bus leaves now. Just returned to civilization on the edge of Wundowie, and all of a sudden I hear like an alarm in the distance. You hear that? Maybe the camera won't pick it up, but it sounds like some sort of evacuation alarm, fire alarm or something. It's either the fire engines going out to some bushfire, doing a drill, or there's some Nazi bomber gonna kill us right now. Okay, so no. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know what that alarm is. We'll get closer to the fire station now. Anyway, this is the northwest corner of the town, intersection of Jarrah Road and Irregular Street. And just down there. We're gonna go to the bus stop now and see what's happening with the fire engines as well. Hold up a second. I just found this speed limit sign. I knew this existed, but I've never seen it anywhere in WA. No speed limit. Well, actually, I think it doesn't mean no speed limit. It means undefined, which means you can go the state maximum of 110. or you can go extremely slow if you're a tractor. But I don't get why this road, the one I just walked down that massive hill, has an undefined speed limit. What the hell is this? See, it's got 60 on this side, but undefined speed limit on this tiny street. You could bring, like, if you want to legally rev your engine on some Lamborghini you bought or something, come to Wundowie, come to this street and literally go up that hill at 110 kilometers an hour. And that's legal. That is crazy. I've never seen an undefined speed limit sign anywhere. Even on some very rural roads, it's usually still signposted. Pretty crazy that. I'm not exactly sure what happened right now, but the fire engines have been deployed and they just ran down the road a couple of 100 meters. And RAC rescue helicopters come here and he's trying to land. He tried to land in this oval but deemed it unsafe for some reason. Don't know what happened. Is there a crash or a fire or something? The residents are saying that it's very, oh wow, that was a big branch that just fell down, that is very close to the town, just a few hundred meters away. So I'm not sure what's happening. I mean, I just heard that, I didn't hear what it is. But there seems to be a lot of emergency vehicles right now. Just 10 minutes before my bus meant to leave, it's coming in on a 331 and then leaving in a 328. I'm gonna look here for the last time. Sports grounds, Wundowie, one last time at 2 p.m. We check it out here. That's cool. But now we gotta get to the bus stop. I think the bus is running a bit late, so yeah. I mean, there's a bus stop right here, but I wanna go to the starting stop for the full experience and full time lapse. Although I feel like the starting stop is right where the emergency vehicles went to, near there at least. So whatever, I'll just walk near and see what's going on. It's been a long wait, but it didn't feel that bad. I wasn't that bored. Just went to the library for another half an hour right now. Checked some stuff on my phone, and now it's already time to head out. So that's pretty nice. Luckily the library was open, but I've really seen everything there is to see here. I've walked on almost all the streets, seen the park, seen the library, seen the shops, I've seen everything. So now I'll just head to the bus stop and take the bus out, which should be here very soon. It's probably near the eastern stop right now, unless it gets stuck in the calamity, whatever happened over there. There's a lot of caravans over there where I started my day putting the sunscreen on now. Looks like they came into camp now in the afternoon. The sunscreen actually just expired now. It only lasts 4 hours. It's already 2. It expired like 1:45, so I'm back where I was before, in the sun here, and I meant to get out of it. So I will, and just watch our bus arrive from here very shortly. Okay, so it seems to be a road crash. I just checked on emergency WA. It's been reported. That's what the fire engines and helicopters were doing. There was a massive crash down there at the 100km/h intersection on the entrance to Wundowie. I just saw the bus. It deviated off the route. It's going somewhere extremely cool, so it's gonna come here very late. But wow, can't believe the day I come here this happened. Well, sorry to whoever was involved, but can't believe that happened. 2 cars collided or something. I don't know what happened, but it says road crash, and now the bus is deviating. This is so weird. Amazing. Like, I mean, amazing about the bus, not amazing that they crashed. But yeah, pretty crazy that it happened right now. Us coming down on an alternate route. I don't know what it's doing. It just came from a different direction because it skipped the stops to be able to get here on time. I think it's gonna actually, I don't know if he's gonna skip all the stops through Wundowie or go and serve them right now, but it had to take a different, oh crap, he's not going to serve them. Hey, that's not fair. No, it's another Optimus. Now I can't get on at the starting stop because that driver decided, that's not fair. You're meant to serve all the stops in Wundowie. That is not fair, driver. That driver is being so unfair. He came in from a different direction, and now all of a sudden he decides that it's unnecessary to serve. Oh, he's reversing. And now I want to catch the reverse. That it's unnecessary to serve the other stops. along the way. Because there was a big road crash. Yeah, as I said, TP2553 is here. Don't know what he's doing. Maybe he's radioing, asking if he should go serve the Wundowie stops before terminating. Even though it's pointless to, but you know, legalities, they always try to serve all the stops. So I don't know what he's doing. He just parked so weirdly now. Here he is, 2553. That is not how you park at a bus stop, mate. Is he already a 328? No, not yet. He's still a 331. He just parked perpendicular to the bus stop. But he's, hey, is he gonna let me on now? Here he.
Do you know what's going on in town?
Well, there was some road crash.
Was there a crash there?
Yeah.
Like, well, they blocked the road off. Someone must have got killed or something.
Yeah.
Are you going to pay?
Yeah.
Yeah, what I'm going to have to do, mate, I'm going to go to the shop and then I'm going to have to go back up the hill and go that way.
Yeah, we're going all the way to the station anyway. So, but, yeah. Okay, so seems like the driver didn't know about what happened, but we just got on now. This is weird because it's like both services at once right now. It's doing 331 serving the stops here and 328 serving the stops outbound, and he's going to leave the area. First he's going to serve the stops, even though obviously no one's going to use them except the guy at the front who just entered, who wants to go to the shop. I mean, he entered Wundowie with this bus, and then we'll move to the front after that. So, yeah, so we're on this street now, as you can see. Turn right and go past the IGA where we were before. Here we go. Serve that stop where I was waiting before. Past the shopping center. Anyway, I wouldn't talk anymore. I'll go to the front to film now.
I'm just going to cover the bus stops. Someone might be waiting at the bus stop.
Oh yeah, okay.
I'm going to have to circle back around and come back to Lady K.
Yeah, there's someone waiting there.
That's the cops of that road, huh? Yeah, something. There's always something. Where I work, and just tell them what I'm doing. Yeah.
TP 2553 Midland train station. Back where we started the video on board the train. That was the entire 328 route with a very strange deviation at the start. The driver made a radio call and claimed that he stopped at all the stops, but he actually skipped one where the accident was. But whatever, I guess he couldn't go there anyway. About 10 minutes late in the end. So, oh come on, I was gonna get in that 307 because I've never been in a 307 before. Whatever. So, back at Midland Station now. One other funny thing I noticed about the route is, for the first like 5 stops in Wundowie, apparently it does them all within 1 minute. I don't know why it's scheduled like that. That's so silly. All just in 1 minute. There was like 3 people who used the route along the way between Wundowie and like the more metropolitan area, which at least is something, but still pretty low. Oh look, there's a 335 to Ellenbrook. That's a rarer side. Oh wait, that's the one he's doing. Amazing. He does the whole 328 route from Wundowie and now has to do the Scars route to Ellenbrook. How crazy. Anyway, that's that. Midland Shuttle Circular Hospital route there. 1476 again. I saw that bus in Chidlow on the morning run in the 331. Well, there's lots of different buses all parked around this roundabout here. Very busy. Hopefully the new Midland station will be more capable of handling all these buses. So, that's the end of this video. I might take some routes I haven't been on before since I'm already in Midlands and I haven't been on a lot of these routes, but no more filming for this video, that's enough. So, thanks for watching and bye. Off goes 2553 and the 335 down there. Leaving now for Ellenbrook. You can see him over there. Oh, it's 2494, the bus we took in the morning. All the way to Mundaring. Yeah, there it is. Oh, and 2567, the one we took on the 331. So all 3 buses I've taken today to Wundowie are here. 335, 2553, 2494 000, and 2567 on 278.